Do you know that Holy Quran is the complete guidance for all human mankind? It is crucial to not only read but truly understand the Quran to enjoy a great experience in this world and the hereafter. Are you ready to start learning Quranic Arabic language? Let's start, inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Rabbi yassir wa la tuwassir wa tammim bil khayr. Allahumma allimna ma yanfa'una wanfa'na bima 'allamtana wa zidna ilma. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. One humble request before we start. Al-Qur'an Institute is a Quranic Da'wah and Education institute. We would like to reach many others like you, so your assistance will be greatly appreciated. If you benefit from our videos, please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel. Jazakallahu khairan. Let's start, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, we have learnt about masdar or verbal noun in our last lesson. And today we are going to study lesson 9 of module 2, the introduction to irregular verb, inshallah. Understanding irregular verbs, or what is referred to as ghayru sahih or non-sahih verbs in Arabic, it's crucial for mastering the language. Unlike sahih verbs or regular verbs, which have a consistent pattern in their conjugation, ghayru sahih verbs deviate from these regular patterns due to certain letters in their roots. These irregularities can occur with weak or defective letters, like waw and ya, or with double letters, among other variations. Learning these verbs helps in comprehending classical texts where non-standard verb forms are prevalent. Aqsamul af'ali, types of fi'l. As-sahihu, ghayru sahihu, regular verb or irregular verb. As-sahihu or regular verb is composed of all consonants, but same letter not appearing side by side, and also there will be an absence of waw, ya or hamza. These are called defective letters or harful illat. Ghayru sahih verb or irregular verb will be of three different types. Mahmuzun or mahmuz. Number 2 is called mu'talun or mutal. Number 3 is muda'afun or muda'af. Mahmuz verbs are those which will have the letter hamza in the trilateral verb. Mu'talun verbs are those which will contain one of these two harf-e-illat or defective letters, waw or ya. Mu'talun verb has also got 4 different types. They are called mithalun or mithal, ajwafun or azwaf, nakisun or nakis, lafifun or lafif. In order to remember this in this order, we say M for mithal, A for ajwaf, N for nakis, L for lafif. M-A-N-L. Manal. Mithal, ajwaf, nakis and lafif. How do we distinguish them? Please note, misal is that where harf-e-illat comes at the beginning of the verb, like wa'ada. Waw is the harf-e-illat and it has come at the beginning. So misal is the verb where harf-e-illat comes at the beginning. Ajwaf is the mu'talun verb where harf-e-illat comes in the middle. Nakis is the mu'talun verb where harf-e-illat comes at the end of the verb. Lafif is the type of mu'talun verb where there will be 2 harf-e-illat, waw or ya. One may be at the beginning and at the end, or alternatively, one could be in the middle and at the end. We shall discuss them in details, inshallah. The first type of ghayru sahihu verbs is mahmuz. It's also known as hamzated verb. We have two examples of mahmuz verbs here. Akala, sa'ala. We shall use the term tabdil quite a lot while we learn about ghayru sahih verb. Tabdil means change or transformation from one to another. I'll briefly explain how it works. For example, akala. In Mudariyo, we will say akala ya'kulu. And you can see ya'kulu, which is the original Mudariyo form, has changed to ya'kulu. That hamza has been changed to alif here. Obviously, there is a rule for this tabdil process. Inshallah, we will learn this in details later on. Similarly, have a look at the Mudariyo form of sa'ala. The original form is yas'alu. But after the tabdil, the changeover, transformation, the Mudariyo is now yasalu. That hamza has dropped. And it has become, instead of yas'alu, it has become yasalu. So this is called tabdil process, which is essential for us to learn, and inshallah we'll cover it later. So the first type of ghayru sahih verb is mahmuz, where a hamza will appear in a verb. Let's look at the next type of ghayru sahih verb. That is called mu'tal, having harf illat, that is called defective letters, and the letters are waw or ya. It may appear at the beginning of the verb, it may appear in the middle of the verb, it may appear at the end of the verb. Also, it may appear more than once inside the same verb. So based on this variation, mu'tal verb has been divided into 4 categories. One is called mithalun, in short mithal. Second one is called azwafun. Third one is called nakisun. And the fourth one is lafifun. Let's learn these 4 types of harf illat, mu'talun verbs. Mithalun or mithal. These are the verbs where harf illat, one of these two, waw or ya, will appear at the beginning of the verb. And you can see the examples, wa'ada, wa'da'a. Similarly, the original of the Mudariyo format of wa'ada would be yaw'idu, but after tabdil process, it is ya'idu. I must mention one point here. This tabdil process is very prominent in action with the ghayru sahih verbs. Why are they changed from the original format of Mudariyo? For example, the purpose of this tabdil process for changing the Madi form into Mudariyo or any other form is to make it short, simplify it, and easier to pronunciate. So the original Mudariyo format of wa'ada is yaw'idu. Now after tabdil you can see it is ya'idu, shorter, easier to pronunciate. Wada'a, original Mudariyo form is yawda'u. Then after tabdil it is yada'u. Waw has been dropped in both situations. This chapter is called Introduction to Ghayru Sahih Verb, just to know what they are and how are they different from each other. So the first type of mu'talun we learned, that is mithal, where first letter is one of the harf-illat, which is waw or ya. And we remember the order of these 4 types of mu'talun verbs, misal, ajwaf, nakis, and lafif, by 4 letters. M for misal, A for azwaf, N for nakis, and try to remember the order of 4 mu'talun verbs, remembering 4 letters. M, A, N, L. manal. M is for misal, which comes first. It means first letter is one of these harfe illat, waw or ya. First letter, misal, for M. The second one is azwaf for A. And the third one is N for nakis. And fourth one is L for lafif. So you need to remember this order. Misal, azwaf, nakis, lafif. M, A, N, L. Manal. We understood how misal works, and we looked at two examples, wa'ada, wa'da'a, where waw, harf-e illat, appeared at the beginning of the verb. Let's look at azwaf now. And it's pretty easy to remember. In misal, harf-e illat is at the beginning of the verb. Guess what is azwaf then? Azwaf is the ghayru sahi verb which has got harf-e illat in the middle of the three-letter verb. In the middle. The example is qala. Although, as we find in the Quran, qala is spelled as qaf, alif, and lam. Qaf with fatha, alif, and then lam with fatha. You will learn later that original mad letter of qala is qaf, waw, lam. So the root verb was qawala. Through tabdil process, the change transformation process, as we discussed earlier, to simplify, to shorten, and to make it easier to pronunciate, the grammarian authorities hundreds of years ago, through the tabdil process, they have standardized it. So qawala has become qala. So this alif is actually waw. So qawala has become qala. Similarly, ba, ya, ain. These three mad letters has made the original verb baya'a. From qawala, the original mudariyo format was yaqulu. Then through tabdil process, it has become yaqulu. The original baya'a, its mudariyo is yab'yu, yab'yu. After the tabdil process, it has become yabi'u, azwaf concept. Azwaf verbs are those verbs which has got the middle letter from one of the harf-e illat, which is waw or ya. And we found two examples, which is qawala, qala, and ba'iya'a into ba'a. What you need to remember at this stage is that azwaf are those verbs which has got the middle letter, the second letter, as one of the harf-e illat, waw or ya, and that is in the middle. Misal at the beginning, azwaf is in the middle. Like ghayru sahi nakis verb are those where the last letter is one of these two harf-e illat, waw or ya. First example is da'awa. After tabdil, da'a. Next example, hadayya. Hada, hada. Original da'awa changed to its original mudariyo format, which is yad'u. So the original mudariyo format of da'awa has become yad'u. But after tabdil process, after simplification, they made it yad'u. Similarly, hadayya, the original mudariyo format is yahdiyu. Then after tabdil process, it has become yahdi. MashaAllah. So we have learned misal, ajwaf, nakis, and to remember them is man, man. And we know in misal, harf-e illat is at the beginning, azwaf, harf-e illat is in the middle, and nakis, harf-e illat is at the end. So let's learn the last type of mu'tal verb, and that is called lafif, manal. The meaning of the word lafif is folded. So let's look at the structure of a lafif verb. We saw in Mithal, the first letter is harf illat. And we saw in Azwaf, the middle letter is the harf illat. And in Naqis, we have seen the last letter is harf illat. So what is lafif then? Well, lafif has got two harf illat in one verb. Two harf illat in one verb. These two harf illat could be one in the beginning, one at the end. One at the middle and one at the end. Two next to each other, or two, one at the beginning and one at the end. So there are two names for it, where one harf illat is at the beginning and another harf illat is at the end. They're apart from each other. They're far from each other. That's why they're called lafifun mafruq. Lafifun mafruq. The other type, which is next to each other, which is close to each other, which is near to each other, that is called lafifun makrun. So lafifun mafruq is farak from each other, is far from each other. That's why that is called lafifun mafruq. And where the two harf illat is next to each other, close to each other, that is called lafifun makrun. For example, we have got waqayya. You got waw in the beginning, then ya at the end. That is lafifun mafruq. And the other type is hawayya. Waw and ya are close to each other, so that is called lafifun makrun. Alhamdulillah. Let's look at the original Mudario and then Tafdil version of Mudario. Waqayya. Waqa. Waqayya has become waqa. The original Mudario of Waqayya is yawqiyu. After Tabdil, simplified, it is yaqi. Hawayya, the Mudario of that in original format is yahwiyu. That has been changed after Tabdil to yahwi. Can you see why they have done it? They made it simpler, shorter, and easier to pronunciate. Yahwiyu. Can you see how long and it's difficult to pronounce it? They made it Yahwi. Don't worry about the Tabdil process at this stage, because later on in Module 2, we'll go through everything and you will find it, inshallah, easy enough. So we have covered Gairu Sahih, Mahmuzun verb, and Mu'talun verb. Mu'talun has got 4 types in it. M for Misal, A for Ajwaf, N for Naqis, and L for Lafif. Manal, Misal, Ajwaf, Naqis, Lafif. MashaAllah. The last type of Gairu Sahih verb is called Muda'afun. Muda'af. By the name, we understand it has got double letter. One letter is repeated within these 3-letter verbs. Example, marara. After tabdil, it has become marra. Masisa. After tabdil, it massa. Let's look at the Mudario version. Marara, original Mudario of that is iyamruru. After tabdil, it's iyamurru. Masisa, the original Mudario of that is yamsasu. Then after tabdil, it is yamassu. They're very easy and very interesting, inshallah. So at this stage in this chapter, it is essential that you memorize all these types of Ghairu Sahih in this order, the way I just started from beginning up to the end. How would you identify them? How do they differ from each other? And the Tabdil process. From the original format, how it is changed to simpler, shorter, and easier to pronunciate version after Tabdil process. Alhamdulillah, we have reached the end of this lesson. I hope you found it helpful. Please repeat watching this video a few more times and study the PDF file together. For reference, you may visit our over 60 YouTube video series for Module 1. One request before you go. Al-Qur'an Institute is a Quranic Da'wah and Educational Institute. We would like to reach others like you. So if you benefited from this video, please share with others, and most importantly, please subscribe our channel and like the videos. Don't forget to watch other video series on Quranic Arabic course. Barakallahu fikum. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم آمين يا رب العالمين.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
We run Module 1, Module 2, Module 3 courses for beginners to advanced level Quranic Arabic students. To find out more how to join our online live classes, visit our website and register. Our website address is www.alquraninstitute.net. You can also join our most exciting online e-learning course in Quranic Arabic. No hustle, no rush. Study at your own pace and convenience. Our comprehensive Quranic Arabic Module 1 and Module 2 courses are available online, allowing you to complete the course on your own schedule. This self-study course offers a rich experience with PDF resources, YouTube video series, and question and answer assessment. Upon successful completion, you will receive a certificate directly from the e-learning platform of Al-Qur'an Institute. For more details, visit www.alquraninstitute.net. Alhamdulillah, your journey in Quranic Arabic starts here.